He won't say it out loud, but he's waiting, not for a perfect body, not for grand gestures, but for one signal, a quiet moment, a tiny shift in how you show up, something that whispers, she's different, she's worth it. And when he sees that, he'll risk everything, his pride, his fears, even his heart. But here's the catch. If you don't do this one thing first, he'll hold back, even if he's already in love. Most women never realize they already have the power. But once you understand this, everything changes. Welcome to NeuroVista, where we unlock the hidden psychology of love, respect, and deep emotional connection. Subscribe now and join a growing tribe of thinkers, feelers, and quiet rebels who believe love should be understood, not just felt. Let's begin. Most people think men commit when the timing is finally right, when they've built their career, found stability, or reached a certain age. But the truth is, commitment doesn't happen when a man is ready. It happens when something shifts inside him. Because men don't fall the way you've been told, they don't truly commit to beauty, not even to kindness. They fall for impact, for a feeling that hits them in a place they rarely let anyone see. And that feeling isn't about being impressed, it's about being understood. You see, a man walks through life with a kind of armor, polished, strong, controlled. He learns to show the world his best version, the reliable one, the provider, the protector. But underneath, there's a quieter part of him, a part that's unsure, a little scared, still healing. And most people never see that part, not really. Or if they do, they rush to fix it. Or worse, judge it. But the moment he meets someone who doesn't flinch, someone who sees through the armor and still chooses him, not for who he pretends to be, but for who he actually is, that's when something changes. Because he's tired of performing, tired of earning affection through effort. What he secretly wants is rest, emotional safety, a space where he doesn't have to prove his worth. And when a woman offers that, without trying, without conditions, just by being present, it reaches a part of him he's kept locked away. That's when the real commitment begins. Not because she asked for it, not because she pushed for more, but because, for the first time, he feels seen, not just loved, but accepted. And sometimes it's not even about words. Sometimes it's a single moment, a stillness, a glance, a silence that says, I see you, all of you, and I'm not going anywhere. Every man has a moment he doesn't talk about, a hidden checkpoint in his mind. It's not something he plans or even fully understands, but it shows up, quietly, in the background, as he gets closer to someone. He watches, not out of doubt, but out of instinct. A test, unspoken and subtle. He's not testing you, not directly. He's testing life, to see if it's safe to open up. And it always happens the same way. He stumbles. He loses momentum, loses confidence, says the wrong thing, pulls back. Maybe he fails at something important to him. Maybe life knocks him sideways. It doesn't matter how big or small it is. What matters is this. He notices how you react. He sees it in the silence, in the eyes, in your energy. Do you flinch? Do you start to lose respect? Pull away? Or do you stay calm? Do you remain kind, steady, and still believe in him, even when he doesn't believe in himself? That's the moment. The one he remembers. The moment his walls start to shift. Because she didn't shame him. She didn't see him as weak. She didn't panic or try to fix him. She simply held her ground, with grace. And for a man, that kind of presence is rare. It tells him something no words can. It tells him he's safe to be human, that he's not being watched to perform, that love might exist, even on the days he isn't winning. And something quiet begins inside him. A different kind of trust. One that doesn't need loud declarations or constant validation. Just the memory of that moment. The way she stayed. The way she saw his worst and didn't run. That's when he begins to fall differently. Not fast, not loud, but deep. Forget the old advice. The games. The act of being the cool girl who never feels too much, never asks too much, never needs too much. That's not what truly draws a man in. What he's really searching for, though he may not even know how to name it, is emotional safety. A kind of quiet strength. A presence that doesn't shake when the conversation gets real. A woman who can stay calm when the truth isn't pretty. when the mood isn't perfect, when the mask comes off, because life will test both of you. And he's watching, not for someone who avoids conflict, but someone who doesn't run from it, someone who can hear him out, even when his words aren't polished, who doesn't mock when he's vulnerable, who doesn't withdraw when things get messy, who doesn't explode when something hurts. She listens, not to reply, but to understand. And in that space, he finds something he doesn't find often, the freedom to speak his truth. And here's the part most people miss. He doesn't open up because he's fragile. He opens up because he's trying to grow. He wants to rise, to be better, to do more. But he can't do that in a space where he's judged or belittled. He needs a partner, not a critic, a woman who brings calm to his chaos, who doesn't always need to control, but always knows how to hold. When he feels that kind of safety, real, grounding, and human, he stops performing. He starts revealing his fears, his dreams, his truth. And from that moment on, he's not just investing in a relationship. He's investing in you as someone he can build with, someone who makes strength feel like peace and love feel like home. There's a moment that comes quietly. No big speech, no dramatic music, just a shift in the air, barely noticeable unless you're paying attention. He'll share something small, a passing comment, a memory from childhood, a flaw he doesn't talk about often. It might seem random, light, even forgettable. But to him, it's not. It's a test, one he didn't plan, one he doesn't even know he's giving. It's the invisible checkpoint of emotional trust. Because men don't always ask, "Can I trust you?" They show you, in small, careful doses, a story that holds pain, a truth that makes him feel exposed, a wound he's carried quietly for years. And in that moment, your response becomes everything. Do you laugh it off? Do you shift the subject? Do you judge, even just a little? Or do you pause, listen, stay? Because if you meet that moment with grace, without needing to fix him or feed your ego, something changes in him, something deep. He begins to believe that maybe he's safe here. Maybe this space, this connection is different. Maybe this is where the building begins. But if that moment is mishandled, even with good intentions, he'll pull back, silently, slowly, not in anger, but in protection. He'll close that door he just barely cracked open, and you'll never even know why. That's the power of the invisible test. Quiet, fragile, rare. It doesn't come with a warning, but how you hold it, that writes the story he chooses next. Whether you become the chapter he edits out, or the one he starts building a future on. So, what's the one thing you must do first? It's simple, but not easy. You have to hold emotional space. When everything feels like it's falling apart around him, when his world is spinning, your presence becomes the calm in the chaos. You don't have to fix him. You don't have to chase him. You don't even have to say much. In fact, the most powerful thing you can do is stay. Stay grounded when he's losing his footing. Stay still when he's pushing you away. Don't flinch when his walls start to go up. Don't retreat when the distance feels cold. Just listen. See him for who he truly is. Not the perfect version he shows to the world, but the one underneath, the one who is still growing, still learning, still human. That's what he's waiting for. The space to be seen without judgment, to be felt without needing to perform. When you do that, when you offer him the safety of your quiet presence, something shifts inside him. He starts to realize something rare. That connection doesn't have to come with pressure. That love doesn't have to come with expectations. And when that happens, that's when the risk becomes worth it. That's when he stops protecting himself and starts wondering what could happen if he finally lets someone in completely. You'll feel it when it happens. The subtle shift that changes everything. At first, it's small, the kind of thing you might miss if you're not paying attention. He starts including you in his future plans. Not just the maybe we'll hang out sometime plans, but the ones that require commitment, the ones that matter, the ones that show he's starting to picture you in his tomorrow, not just his today. Then he shows up, even when it's not easy, even when life is throwing curveballs. He chooses to be there, not because he's obligated, not because you asked, but because he wants to be. In those moments, when the world feels a little heavier, he makes sure to stay close. And it's not just about being physically present. He starts letting you in mentally. Those little cracks in his armor, they start to widen. He begins to share things he might have kept hidden. His doubts, his dreams, his fears. Things he doesn't say to just anyone. But with you, he feels safe enough to finally open up. And when he does, it's not just about letting you see him. It's about letting you see him at his core. The real version. The one that's been waiting for someone who won't flinch. And that's when the real investment begins. He's not just investing in you anymore. He's investing in us, in what you two are building together. Because men don't give like this unless they feel safe, inspired, and seen. And that's what you've created. A space where he can finally put down his guard and show up in a way that's deeper, more meaningful, and lasting. Here's where it gets deep. Most women get the affection part right. They know how to show love. They know how to be kind. They know how to be present. But there's one thing that most women miss. The detail that makes all the difference. It's alignment. You see, affection without alignment is like a beautiful gesture with no substance. A smile without truth. It's easy to fall into the trap of offering love without offering clarity, without offering emotional steadiness, without offering a deep, calm understanding of what both of you need to feel safe, seen, and heard. He doesn't need you to be perfect. He doesn't need you to have all the answers or a flawless life. But what he does need is for you to be real, to be emotionally clear. When you speak, he needs to know that you mean what you say, and that your words come from a place of grounded truth, not uncertainty or games. No more guessing, no more playing coy. He's already risking everything for you. Now it's your turn to show him that you're not just here for the highs, but you'll stay through the lows as well. When it gets tough, when the world feels heavy, that's when he needs to know that you're not going anywhere. The woman who offers this kind of clarity, that's the woman who creates something deeper, something lasting. So yes, he will risk everything for you, but not because you asked him to, because you became the one person who felt like home. And once he finds that, he won't let it go. But here's the twist. It's not about playing games or forcing things to happen. It's about being that steady, real presence in his life. That one person who doesn't just show up for the good times, but for the tough moments too. That's what truly changes everything. If this opened your eyes, don't stop here. Watch this next. The silent signals men send when they're falling in love, that women often miss. You'll finally understand what he's really trying to say, without words. Subscribe to NeuroVista, where love meets psychology, because understanding is the most powerful kind of attraction.